We are going to go over Ernie's arrest warrant out of Arkansas. And if I cough or sniffle, I apologize in advance. My husband made the lawn today and weed eat, and I am highly allergic. And of course, I had to go outside and help feed the farm animals, so I pay him for it. So, okay, let's get into this. All right, first of all, um, anybody can go to Degenerate Laws, their channel, and oh, I don't know what that was. Hang on a minute. Their channel, Degenerate Laws, and click on their community tab, and the receipts is posted on there as well. But okay. This says in the Clark County District Court, Arkansas, order of driver's license suspension withdrawal. It says Ernest M. Shell, and it gives his address, which I'm assuming that was on his driver's license. His driver's license number, and then it has checked failure to appear. Warrant number is A as in Adam, D as in dog, dash 26 dash 60, no bond, hold for court. And then it's A as in Adam, D as in dog, S as in Sam, dash 25 dash 1304 and 1305. Says notice of suspension. Excuse me, y'all. Says the defendant above has failed to respond to a citation or pay a fine within a prescribed time limit. Initiate action to suspend the defendant's driver's license. And then it's signed by the officer of the court. Here's the date. And then outside of that is Ernie's date of birth, which is 12/31/1979. Driver's license class, non-moving violation. Original violation is care prohibit drivers, RES, arrest, fleeing, DWI, first degree, drugs, driving left of center, failure to stop. Okay. That was on, the original offense date was on August 23rd, 2025. And then there's, of course, is the citation number. And then notice of withdrawal of suspension. A suspension imposed for the violation may be withdrawn. Payments has been made. Okay. Hang on a minute now. Covering the fine of the defendant has appeared of the violation described herein. And there's nothing signed on that part. And on the next receipt, Clark County District Court and certified dockets, it's all the docket information. You'll see it if you go to the General Laws channel, but it gives all of his fine information, the I just saw something on here. Because all his fine information, the I'm sorry, y'all. I was just reading. Okay. I just noticed this on here. When Ernie had this accident, and anybody can correct me if I'm wrong in comments, but didn't Ernie say that he didn't go to jail? Because right here, he did go to jail. County jail fine was $20. Wow. Ernie, you're just a liar. Okay. Let's read comments. Okay, there's my comment 6 hours ago. Well, folks, look at that. A lion tiger that claims he is searching for a missing child, Summer Wells, is once again in the hot seat. A warrant for his arrest. Well, his big thunder, David Holloway, a.k.a. Eyes in the Dark, his mob, pay the judge off, and all them fines. And I got laughing emojis. And then I put, run, Scar, run. And of course, that's a joke. So don't take me serious, people, okay? And then when he says, with the trophy emoji, goes to drum roll, please, Ernest Nutshell, the collector of warrants, with 2 laughing emojis. Sheila D says, failure to appear. No bond warrants. What an idiot. Yes, Sheila, he is an idiot, all right. She says, thank you for the update. Honeybee. I like Honeybee. They're so nice. They say, good work, Dijon. I just said yesterday it's coming down the poop chute. Honeybee, you just had to say poop chute, didn't you? And Arkansas moves slow. Then Honeybee posted again. I posted the other court fines. Are they still on the menu? Honeybee also has a channel, you all. You can check them out. Debbie Fox comes in with her comment. Good dog. Receipts there. They are in your face. LOL. Geez, nothing surprises me with this one. LOL. Kales. Kales is another. She's another good one. Check her comment out. Comment out also. She says, "My." Chaos Gobbler says, looks like Mr. Shell is up the creek without a paddle. I would say so, Chaos. I would say so. Jackson Parker. He is scared. Oh, there's Eyes in the Dark. There's old David Holloway. He's chiming in for his buddy old pal Ernie. He says, he don't look scared to me. Oh, could that be Ernie himself? Eyes. Eyes. Are you Ernie? Are you giving yourself away? Ted Thompson says that 100K should have come in handy. LOL. Top notch work as always, DGN. DGN does. They do put out some good work. Chaos Gobbler. Back again with another comment. No bond, Class D felony, facing 2 years license suspension, $300 in court fees, and has to contact Little Rock to pay and get driver's license back. They have 20 comments under their comment. And he again says, I'm seeing thousands of money in court fines. Are you seeing those other fines? Chaos Gobbler again. Honeybee. Saw more, but the words in the fine print and eyes just got tired, so I stopped. Honeybee says, I posted them. Replying to Chaos Gobbler. Chaos Gobbler again says, failure to appear as a felony or misdemeanor depends on state to state. It can be charged as a separate charge. Oh, there is Eyes in the Dark again. That old David Holloway. They say, is that why he was released from jail? Lurking Whore with Truth. Lurking Whore with Truth has some very good comments and chats, and you know, and other, not only just in, like live streams, or they just have good comments in general. But they say, Lurking Horse says, Eyes in the Dark released from which jail? They didn't jail him in Arkansas because of the injuries he sustained from the wrench. If he hadn't been injured to the point they thought he needs medical care, they would have booked him and put him in jail. Honeybee says, Eyes in the Dark, shouldn't you go write a check for $2,785 to Arkansas for Ernie's fines? Sheila D says, Honeybee, 100, 100, 100. Those are the emojis. Eyes in the Dark, David Holloway. They say, what exactly is a felony? Those are all traffic violations. And the DWI is a misdemeanor. Do some better research. And then I comment to Eyes in the Dark. And I say, why hasn't Ernie paid off his fines with that 100K, David Holloway? With laughing emojis. Chaos Gobbler says, failure to appear is the felony. Chaos Gobbler again says, I got along with you, Eyes. I'm not trying to misrepresent anyone. Eyes in the Dark says, Chaos Gobbler, it's not a felony due to the fact that all the charges are misdemeanors. Y'all, I'm going to call this here right now. Okay? I'm going to call it right now. I do believe Eyes in the Dark, David Holloway is Ernie Shells. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I just find it awful funny that they come out on this post and they are defending Ernie so hard right now. And they know so much about this. So I'm going to call it. They're Ernie Shells. And then Eyes in the Dark, David Holloway, Ernie Shells says, Chaos Gobbler, you're good. I was just saying, none of these are a felony. Chaos Gobbler says, Eyes in the Dark, then the judge must have declared a difference in a felony and the failure to appear cut him a break. Eyes in the Dark, David Holloway, aka Ernie Shells, says, a failure to appear is only 10 days in jail. An FTA is not a felony unless the original charges are. Chaos Gobbler says, Eyes in the Dark depends from state to state. Honeybee says, Eyes in the Dark, they put out a no bond warrant just for funsies rights. Sheila D says, Eyes in the Dark, you're his sponsor, right? Maybe you should research. Eyes in the Dark says, Sheila D, maybe you should get your facts straight, lad. Misty Rose says, he had a DWI before, but think charges were pleaded down. Not sure how that works. Will it still count as DWI? Anyway, I'm sure his sponsors will pay TWHS. And then Fortricia says, don't worry, y'all. I'm sure Ernie will get these misdemeanors taken care of with the wink emoji and the I guess it's the hands making the heart or whatever. Now, these next set of comments, I really want you to pay attention, okay? Because Lightning Viper, which is also Angelo, very smart man. I want y'all to pay attention to his comment, okay? Lightning Viper comments, and this is his comment. Small problem. His court lawyer knows he ain't a vet, as does judge and the state's attorney. They also know his history course. Then there is the kidnapped kids. Let that sink in, y'all. The kidnapped kids. And the badges. Oh, and the mysterious missing $5,000 payment. Okay, we're going to come back to the kidnapped kid and the badges, okay? Ted Thompson says, I heard he had the badges and uniforms. Is that correct as well? A kidnapped kid? Shaking my head. Honeybee says, Ted Thompson, yes. And it was also said he got bodily fluids on officers as well. And then I commented to Ted Thompson and I said, let that sink in. A kidnapped kid. And he is out here running amok in Summerwell's case. People really need to wake up and open their eyes. Okay, let's go back to this kidnapped kid and the badges. Okay, Ernie Shell has been known to travel up and down the East Coast. A lot, okay? A lot. When he had this white van, he was actually inside of I can recall a time he was inside of a restaurant and he was talking to this young girl who was a waitress. And he was giving creeper vibes. I mean, he was going too far. Okay? I'm sure a lot of people will remember that. A lot of people will remember that. A lot of people were, as well as myself. I mean, I was fearful for that young girl because here you have a man in his 40s, you know, that was being way out of line for with a very young girl. I mean, just it was very uncomfortable. And you could tell the young girl was very uncomfortable. I don't know if anybody still has that live stream, but if anybody still has it, if it could be possibly reposted so it could get shared out, maybe. I don't know. That I always thought there was something about that white van, something dark about that white van. Something that Ernie was not being honest about. Well, we all know Ernie's not an honest person anyways, but I believe Ernie was doing nefarious things when it comes to that white van. And that, that is my gut feeling on it. And then you have to, and then when you think of him having a kidnapping kit, that's scary, right? Very scary. And then Ernie having the badges. And I believe there was tactical gear also in the back of that van. I believe that that's what Evil Ghost had read on the FOIA report on his channel the other day, on his live stream, that there was tactical gear that was in the back of that van. Very scary. So what is Ernie Shell doing with kidnapped kids? What is he doing with all these badges? What is he doing with tactical gear? And now he's inserting himself into Summer Wells' case. Mm. Mm. I don't know, y'all. Ernie was missing for 5 hours that day. Summer Wells went missing. He was unaccounted for. Tina, Holistic Empire, has said that Ernie had came up missing for 5 hours that day. Was unaccounted for. She's not the only one. They were shooting a movie or whatever. And then it was the other guy, Dalton, that said that Ernie had came up missing for 5 hours that day. I don't know. I don't know. I have always felt that Ernie Ernie is definitely not who he says and who he claims he is, okay? He's not. But I have always felt that Ernie has done some things that he just hasn't been caught yet, okay? And that's scary. And all of his moderators over there that sit in his chat, I don't know if a lot of you or a few of you know that he's lying, or if y'all just totally believe him. I don't know. But y'all just give him props on everything and tell him he's doing a good job. What is he actually doing a good job at? A man who rolls around with kidnapped kids, rolls around with badges of different kinds, rolls around with tactical gear. Ernie is not law enforcement of any kind. He's not. No matter what he tries to tell you, he's not. He's not a private investigator. No matter what he tries to tell you, he's not. Ernie's not a bounty hunter. No matter what he tries to tell you, he's not. Ernie isn't going to solve the Summer Wells case. No matter what he tells you, he's not. Ernie, I can tell you, John Pruitt is aware of you. He is. Your gig is up. You don't have evidence in the Summer Wells case. That's a lie. And anybody in the Beach Creek area, Rogersville area, Kingsport area, if Ernie Shell tries to interview you, or if you see Ernie Shell, contact your local law enforcement agency. Ernie Shell has an active warrant for his arrest. It is a no bond warrant for a failure to appear, and the warrant number is A as in Adam, D as in Daniel dash 26-60. The warrant is out of Arkansas. Ernie Shell is running with a lady by the name of Allison. I cannot recall her last name off the top of my head right now. It's right here. I'm tired. I have took some allergy medication, so but she is stalking the Morrison Cemetery, walking all over people's loved ones that's buried at that cemetery. She is also stalking people in Beach Creek. She's taking videos. She's taking pictures. Law enforcement is also aware of her. Um, they're running together. So yes, if any of you see Ernie in the Beach Creek, Hawkins County, Kingsport area, contact your local law enforcement and give them the warrant number on Ernie Shell. Again, it is out of Arkansas. And also, you can let them know that Ernie, when he was when he was um, when he was arrested in Arkansas, when this took place, the original offense date was August 23rd, 2025. That there was a kidnap kit found in the back of his van. A kidnap kit. And there were badges and tactical gear. And they could contact the sheriff's department there on the case, and I'm sure that they could get all the information for that. Or they could even pull the FOIA report on him. But again, Ernie is not law enforcement. He's never worked for Homeland Security. He's never worked for President Donald Trump in combating human trafficking, whatever he says he's done. He's not a bounty hunter. He's not a private investigator. He's not a predator hunter. He's a liar. That he is. That he is. He is a liar. And in my opinion, Ernie is a predator. I really believe he is a predator. So, and a dangerous one at that. But Ernie is not doing a good job. Definitely not. And shame on you people that say he is. You need your heads examined because there's something seriously fucked up in the head there. Because you definitely are not standing on the side of the Summer Wells. No, absolutely not. Y'all are just as demented as Ernie Shells. Which one of you women are going to harbor the fugitive? Which one of you mods are going to harbor the lion tiger? Who will it be? Who's going to offer Ernie their couch so they could harbor him while he's on the run? I don't know. I'd say one of yous will. Because y'all are that desperate. Something's wrong with yous. But anyways, I think I have yapped enough on here. And if you see something, say something, okay? And Ernie, stop using Summer Wells for monetary gain. Summer Wells is not for sale. She's not a bank. But she is definitely not for sale. And you are treating her like she is. Have a good night, everyone. Oh, and if anybody has any credible information on the whereabouts of Summer Wells, please contact 1-800-TBI-FIND. And yes, they are still accepting tips on Summer Wells. They never stopped taking tips on Summer Wells.